English episode from me. It's Anita's World. I'm Bettina and I'm coming to you from Denmark. This is, I think it's only the second or third, no, I think it's the third episode of me talking in a very bad English. But if you see me today, then you might have seen the other two. So please hang on. Today is a little bit of a special episode because I think maybe when you see this, you are in the middle of our almost yearly, to a year, but our knitathon, 24 hours of only knitting. What's not to like? 24 hours of knitting, and I think chocolate, candy, cola. I love it all. Today it's Friday, the day before knitathon, and I have just baked some, oh my god, what do you call that in English? Boller? What do you call that in English? I don't know. Boller. If you transfer it over to English, exactly it balls. But I think maybe that's something quite else. Okay. I have baked some bread and a banana cake. And I'm pretty exciting for tomorrow because my son on 14, he wants to not knit with me, but if I'm knitting in 24 hours, he wants to game in 24 hours. So I have to be with him in his room. I have promised him a knit for 24 hours. I have not done that yet. I think all the other times I have to go to sleep for about 3, 4, 5 hours, and then I can do the last one. But maybe this would be the first time. I do not know yet. But I don't know how long this will be. And if it gets over an hour, maybe you can split it up in 2. But I have just made one in Danish, and the Danish and the English one will be exactly the same, except that in the Danish one, I have been mentioned a knitwear designer called Knitwear by Maki. She is called Marlene. But at the moment, Marlene's patterns is only in Danish. I know that she is at the moment also transferring 2 of her patterns over to English, but they have not come yet. But we can shout out when she does. So in the Danish episode, I have talked a lot of, I think about 5 or 7 patterns I have here that is knitted up. So I have showed that. So if you want to see it, you can go to the Danish version just to see the models. But today is beside that this is a knitathon, I have a normal episode for you. What I have been knitted on, what I am knitting on, and what I want to knit on. And in the end today, I am going to pronounce a brand new thing that Anita's World has we have put some money in and wants to sell to you. But it is some news, and I want to take that in the end of the episode. My potterware today is this lovely version of Picas, Reina de Picas from Valentinasknits. It's so beautiful. I love her patterns. This is knitted up by a woman called Charlotte. She has a Danish podcast called Trillemor, but I know that she is just started like me to podcast in English. So maybe I want to write that down here because just a moment here, because then in the box below I will link to all the patterns I'm talking about, and then I can link to her then you can see her English episodes. She is a very good knitter. You can see she's quite good to her work. And she has knitted this up in my mink yarn, and this is size 4, and she has used only 2 of my hanks, I think you call it hanks, 2 of these ones in my mink yarn up to size 4. And this is the color called tea leaves, and it's a very pretty green color, I think. So, but it is Valentinasknits, and as I just said, you can see it all in the box below. Okay, we will go to what I have finished. I have just got some new yarn after the summer. It's some tweed yarn, and I don't know if I've mentioned it the last time, but I want to show you how it looked when it's knitted up. It's a little more white than the last one I have, and there is a lot of there is less tweed in it than the other one I had. I think I got that right. This is Zipper Sweater Light. In the Danish podcast, I always shows this, but it's in Danish. But here I write the sizes and how many meter. No, the sizes. I just show you one here. I have the sizes here. This is the bust circumference of the finished sweater. This is how many meters for the different sizes you need, and how many hangs you need of that yarn I'm using. This is the price, but it's in Danish krones. But I don't know if you can use that and maybe do it over to euro or what you want to. Can you write in the text box for me if you want to see this, and then you can do this on your own, or it doesn't matter and I don't have to show it, because I don't want to show you a lot if you don't need it or you don't want it. So this time I will show you, and then if you want to write it in the box below for me so I know if I should do it again or not. I don't think maybe you want to write it, oh okay, you can write it in euro or something else out here, but I am so busy at the moment in my company here, and I don't have the time to sit and count all this from Danish krones over to euro, so I cannot do that. So either you can see it or you won't. This is Zipper Sweater Light by PetiteKnit. And this is my tweed DK I have used. This is the first time for me knitting a zipper in some clothes. And I think it was okay easy. It took some time, but I think it was not difficult, but it just took some time. And if you just, relax and just, okay, now we do it, then it will be all right. But I figured out that I made some mistakes. For the first, when you put a zipper on, there needs to be room from the knitting here and out here to where the zipper is going back and forth. So the zipper won't sit in the yarn. And this is quite good here. But when you see the other side, then I have been too close. You can see it here. I have been too close. You can see there is nearly no stuff over here. It goes up to the zipper. And that's not good. It should be down here, so the zipper can go back and forth here. So that's why this happens. So that is some beep. But okay, learning by doing. The other thing is that here you need to, so the zipper won't go down and out to nothing. You want to take some thread and do it a lot of times around here, so the zipper won't go down below this. But the meaning of this is that this one should be down here. It should not be over here. So I have made a mistake here. I don't know how I did this, but yeah. I think maybe it's Stephen West that says that you can have up to 10% of failures in your knitting. You can do what you want, but it's a little bit funny because I think all the 10% is in the zipper here. So, but yeah, it works, even though that it have sit a little bit stuck. But I think it's okay. For the first time, I'm happy. They also said that the stitches along the side here, when you knit this back and forth before you, when you start the sweater and you knit back and forth here, they says do use some time to get a nice close here when you go the other way. And I try to do that, but it seems for me that one side is better than the other. If you see close, this is, I think this is okay and lying okay down here, but here is like it turned. And even though I tried to sew it on, I have done it by hand. I cannot use a sewing machine. I have not learned that. But I tried in my sewing to get it pretty even. But even though I think you can see it's not so good. This one is better. So, but it's the first time. It's okay. It's okay for me. So this is finished. All the ones I'm showing now is finished by myself. It's something I have knitted, and later on I will show some sweaters that others have been knitting up for me for my store. As I showed here is the zipper sweater by PetiteKnit. I have knitted my size in extra small, and that I have been using 6 hangs of my tweed DK, and it's the price in Danish krones. Maybe you could either take a screenshot of this if it's something you're interested in and you think, okay, this is a nice sweater, I want maybe to knit it. Then you can maybe take a screenshot when I'm holding it, and then afterwards you can count over to euro. Otherwise, take a break and put your finger on pause and oh my god, there are some children screaming out here. We have neighbors with small children, so maybe it's them. So yeah, the next one I have been knitting up is my own pattern. I think it's almost the only pattern I have been doing, but I'm proud of it. It calls the beach house sweater. In the start I have designed it to what you call baby suri alpaca, but I did not run out of yarn. I discontinued the yarn, and then I didn't know what to do, and now I got a new yarn I call Fluffy. It's also alpaca yarn, but also with some yak and yeah, more stuff in it. And this actually fits pretty good to the pattern. So the natural color for the Fluffy, I call it, is the gray one. So it's the natural color. And here you have to use 3 kinds of colors, and then you match it with, you knit in 2 threads here in color A. This is the undyed. Then here you use 1 thread of A and 1 thread of B. The next one, it's 2 threads of B, and etc. So it's a V-neck and a lot of ribbing, and the arms is pretty long because I like it to go over my, just over here. Otherwise, when I'm doing something, I'm always putting it like this here. Then it's easier to work. It's a very, very soft yarn. So if you cannot I'm sorry, but all the hair is sitting in my nose. If you're not good friends with mohair, this is definitely an alternative to mohair. It's very, very soft. So, to beach house sweater. Beach house sweater you can buy on the website for me, but it's only in Danish. I don't have it in English. Here you see the sizes, the finished bust circumference, and then how many you need of A, B, and C. And this is the meters you need of the different yarn, maybe if you want to knit in another yarn. And then the prices is over here. As some of you may noticed, I'm not good with a lot of color. It's beautiful on other people, but I'm more like muted color. But after the summer vacation, I actually got to color a deep, beautiful orange that is warm. I think often the orange and yellow colors can get pretty cold, but this is really warm and I like it a lot. I want to have a sweater that when I'm sitting in the evening and get, my soft trousers on, I can put on a very big oversized sweater. This time I have going to my favorite things knitwear, and I found sweater number 23. No, 23. Sweater number 23. And I have knitted this up in my orange. It is knitted up in one thread of merino silk and one thread of my mohair sport. This is both in the color orange is the new black. I love my favorite things knitwear. I think they're very, very good to writing the patterns. They have some lovely details. The only thing is that they often is in very thick yarn, and I only get the thick yarn when I put a fingering or a DK together with a mohair, because I don't have so thick yarn in my shop. But this was good. This is, I think it's about what have I been written down, 17 stitches per 10 centimeters. So a fingering, and my mohair is running a big shorter, is 350 meters per 50 grams, so it's a little bit thicker. So I think that's why I can get the gauge on this one. You can see this is the neck, and here is the details down the shoulder. It's so beautiful. Actually, this size is size extra small, and it should be 120 centimeters in circumference, but it's actually only 110. And I didn't get the gauge, but I think I have not washed it and I have not blocked it. So I think if I do that, I get the 10 centimeter extra I need, because as you can see, it's pretty big to me. But even though I think I could use a little more positive ease, so maybe I should wash it and get the 10 centimeters extra. Because I think when you want an oversized sweater, it has to be oversized and not just a little bit bigger than a normal sweater. So, but maybe if I wash it, it will be good. Try some new, Bettina. Try to wash your yarn. So, but this is it. Sweater number 23 by my favorite things knitwear. And here you have the sizes, and this is the mohair. No, this is merino silk, and this is the mohair and how many hangs you need of each. And this is the price in Danish. The last one I have finished is a sweater by Oenling. It's Katrine Hannibal. Maybe you know her. I will link to all of it in the box below. This is knitted up in some new alpaca, but it's not new because I have not got it yet. I'm trying some new alpacas to see. I want to get a substitute for my alpaca silk cashmere. I think everyone has it, so I want something else. I like to have something others don't have. So if I can find an alpaca substitute, I will do that. This is definitely in the run for that, but I'm so busy at the moment, so I think that maybe I will look into it in the winter, but not now. This called, oh, I have to see, Frigga V-hals. It's a V-neck t-shirt with some pearl knitting here, and this is going, you can see, under the sleeve here, and it's going all the way down to the ribbing at the bottom. So if you need a simple V-neck t-shirt, I can recommend this. It's very easy to knit and it sits very good on your body. And if I know her, this maybe also be in English. This was what I have been knitted and has finished. Now I am in the middle of a lot of knitting. So if we take it from the start, I have a few years ago, I think maybe two years or something, knitted a PetiteKnit sweater called the Ballon sweater. I think you know it. It's a well-known pattern from PetiteKnit. I love the beautiful balloon sleeves. I have been knitted this in green the last time, and when you have a shop like I have and go on a lot of fairs, your knitting is hanging on models or some hangers. I don't know what you call it when you put it on that one, but it's not good for them. You know, you're ruining the yarn and the knitting, and yeah, it's not good. So this time I want to knit a balloon sweater for myself and not for my store. I'm knitting it in one thread of mink yarn and one thread of my thick mohair. And this is, maybe I can make a little shadow for it. The sun is going down, so the light is a little bit difficult, I think. Both in the color caramel. So these two I have put together, and the lovely fabric I get out of it is this one. I think it's so beautiful. I don't know if you can see the plainness in the colors. Maybe if I shadow a little like this. No, I don't know. It's very, very beautiful. I have taken here. Oh, I also love this. It's so beautiful. I have taken here to the sleeves and now knitting down. It's a lovely, lovely pattern. And when you knit, there is this with my mink yarn, that my mink yarn runs 600 meters per 100 gram. Normal fingering yarn runs about 400 meters per 100 gram. But the funny with this mink yarn is that it consists of four different fibers. And the fibers in it does that it fluff up when you wash it, so it will fill out more. So you get the same gauge of the mink yarn that you get of a normal fingering yarn. So for almost the same price, you get 200 meters free. That is nice. But it will also do that when you knit something, for example, from PetiteKnit, she often use a fingering with a mohair. But if you knit with my mink yarn and then a little bit more thicker mohair, it's not that thick, but it's just a little more thicker, then you get the same gauge. And I think it's because the mink yarn runs the 600 meters, you get a sweater that is lighter than normal, so it's not so heavy. So I like the fabric that you get out of it. If it sounds funny, I have leather pants on and I'm sitting on a leather chair, and leather on leather is like, it sounds like that. Just so you know. Okay, then when the summer started, I start to knit on this. This is a Danish pattern. At the moment it's not in English, but this is Knitwear by Maki, as I told you about in the start of the episode, and some of them slowly will come in English also, but I don't think this is one of them right now. But maybe write to her and ask her, then she knows what you want and which pattern she have to consider to get in English. This is designed to my mink yarn. It is knitted up in one thread of mink yarn and on needle 4 millimeter. So it's quite another fabric you get out of it instead of this fabric. So it's definitely more loose. It's still warm, but it's so light and it's so soft. I ship worldwide, and have you never tried to knit in mink yarn? Oh my God, you have to try it. Really, you need to try it. Mink yarn, they are not getting killed to get the hair. They are getting cut like sheeps are getting cutted and yeah. So you don't have to cry over that. And if they were, I would not sell it. So this is in my undyed mink yarn. And it's a little bit difficult to show because when it's not blocked, it's so small and it's difficult to see where you are. But I have taken here to the sleeves and then knit it down. It has to be a little longer, but I don't know how much. I have considered if I have to block it now to see how long it actually will be when you are blocking it. It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful, and I can just see this with some buttons in here and over a dress on the summer. It's so beautiful. I will show you when it's finished how it will look. I have got some new needles called Lantern Moon. I will show you later, but this is it, and I'm knitting them on this. They're so beautiful and so light. Then I have been knitting on. This is also a Danish pattern because it's my own pattern, and it's not coming in English either because I'm not designing patterns. I just have some time in my life a few years ago, and I designed this one, and I designed the beach house sweater. So that's it. This is the one. This is my mother-in-law who wants this one, but without the tassels. And I'm knitting it in one thread of my cashmere silk in the colorway My Way. And I got a little further from the last time. It's going slow but steady. I'm up here now. But I don't think I will knit it as big. She wants it to be 70 this way and 40 down. And this will be pretty more bigger if I do it like in the pattern. So I will stop before that. It's nothing I prioritize. Like it's not the first thing I knit on, actually. But I'm knitting on sometimes. It's easy, you know, so I can take it in the car or when I'm sitting and waiting at the doctor or something like that. I'm knitting on my higher sharp, and they are sharp, but I like them. It's good when you knit on something that don't split. When the yarn doesn't split, then it's easier to knit on. But it will be finished when it's finished. I think I have been knitting on it in about a half year now. Something like that. I'm sorry. Okay, then I'm knitting on something quite new. And I'm so excited because Rikke, who has actually made this design, but has got some help from Katrine Hannibal from Oenling to make this into actually a knitting pattern. Yeah, we can use. She is the most beautiful person on earth, and she is so nice. And Rikke has pushed me into starting on this pattern, and I'm so happy. This is Rikke, and this is also the pattern. It's called Rikkes Sommertop, and you can find it on Oenling, and in a link in the description below. It's so beautiful. I want one in every color, please. But I don't know how many times I can knit it, and I don't know how many times I want to knit it, because sometimes when you get finished, you say, oh my God, I will never knit this again. So I have to choose a color. Then if I don't want to knit it again, then it's a color I can use on everything. And I think the white one is the way to go. So I have taken my undyed merino silk and start knitting. And this is, it's knitted from the bottom up. Yeah. So I'm not so far yet. But this is it now. I will go. Here you can see how it looks. Actually, it's quite small, don't you think? And I was looking at it a few days ago, and I thought, oh my God, how should I ever get down in this one? And before I knitted some more, I took it on some wires and put it on. And actually, it fits perfectly without sitting, you know, all tight, but it was sitting perfectly. So I keep on going. I think maybe this one will go, I will go to knit on this knitathon we are in the middle of. Because this and the balloon sweater, these two I think I will primarily be knitting on. Yeah, I think so. Then I have three knitting in the making, knitting projects, but I actually wouldn't show you. But in the Danish podcast, I could see, okay, I will do it. So I have to turn it off and go pick it up and come back and turn it on again. It's because two of them is some knitting project that I have been angry on. One because of a mistake I made, and the other one because I don't know if I really like it. But the third one is quite good, but it just take a long time, and I lost my interest in it, and then I thought, okay, I start on a new project. But now I have found it, and I have to say that I want to knit it again because it's so beautiful. This is my colors I have knitted it in, or I am knitting in it. This is Songthrust Egg. I don't remember this color right now, but this is the color Songthrust Egg. And I like the color and the speckles on it. What I'm knitting on, I think this is also out in English. In Danish, it's called Skjoldmø. It's from 50 Fabulous. And she's the one who is holding this event, Knitathon. So you can find this on her website. This is the start. Isn't it beautiful? I think it's so freaking beautiful. I love that you're knitting with the mohair and the other one. Oh, I actually don't think this is merino silk now. No, it's not. It's my alpaca sock yarn. I'm sorry, it's my alpaca sock yarn. I could suddenly see that there is a lot more hair than on my merino silk. But I love the speckles that only comes a little sometimes. I think it will be so beautiful. So I have to get this finished also. I want to knit this. I can see it's so beautiful. So, and that is all good. It's okay. It's okay. Then I have this one. This is a project I started when we are going on vacation to Sicily in Italy this summer, because I want to knit on something that was quite easy and where I don't have to think and just can talk and enjoy the summer and just knit and knit and knit. And I have made this new color called Spring in the Cottage. This is also on my alpaca sock yarn. And I really, really like the colors. There's green and rose color in it, and I just love it. So I wanted to knit something up in this, and I thought maybe a shawl. So I went on Ravelry and I found a shawl. It's actually Stephen West, and I don't know what it's called in English, but in Danish it called Rejsesjalet, the traveler shawl. But I know it's not called that in English. But I will also link in the description box below. But it consists of only pearl knitting, and it's more easy to show you here. You can see here. So it's quite easy. So you have the middle like a normal triangle shawl, and then you knit this. I got actually quite far because the finished shawl consists of 2 hangs. And this is the last part I have of hang 1, and this is a full hang number 2. But here is my concerns and my thoughts. This is a little too wild for me, but I couldn't see that until I was this far. So maybe I thought that if I were doing one of these in this color and the next one in white and so on, instead it will be more light and more easy and not so speckled. But at the same time, when I show it to you here, I actually think that it's quite beautiful. So my thought was that I will stop now and just close it and take the shawl in the size it is. But now when I see it, I think it's actually quite beautiful on the screen. So, and it's even it looks like quite messy when you put it on like this to a one color sweater or something. This can actually do something, I think. So maybe it was good to show you guys, because I think now I want to knit it finished in the 2 hangs. So I like big shawls, so it have to be in 2 hangs. So I think we'll go on. So it was quite good to pick it up and show you anyway, even I didn't want to. Now, the last one I'm knitting on is a problem for me, because this is also from Katrine Hannibal from Oenling, and it's a Emmeline sweater. A normal raglan sweater and no fuss about that. It's quite easy. Then she came to visit me, and we talked about my mohair, and I thought that maybe it would be beautiful in one thread of my mohair because it's a little bit thicker. So I wanted a very light sweater that can come over my shirts or something like that. And yeah, that was nice. So I started knitting in one thread of my mohair. And I really like the fabric that is coming out of it. And I have just put on hold because I'm a little bit concerned about the length, if it has to be longer, or I want to close here. Because I want to see the shirt under it. Now, here is my problem. I was on a fair, and when I stop on a fair, I'm very tired in the evening of all the people, all the talking and help, and I'm just so exhausted. So I was finished one ball of mohair, and I take the other one and I just knit on the sleeve. Then I came home and I looked at my sleeve and said, oh my God. And then this is here where you have to do as I say and not do what I actually do. Because when I say you need to shift and alternate between skeins of yarn, you actually has to do it. Okay? Because this is the sleeve. And here's my problem. I said, okay, Bettina. You have to rip it back and do it again and alternate. Then I start ripping it back. And then I found out that I have forgotten how difficult and pretty beep annoying it is to rip back mohair. So I got pretty angry at it. And then in my thoughts, I could see that, okay, you cannot throw back only, or rip it back only here. You have to rip it back further because you have to alternate between before you start knitting on the new yarn. Then I gave up. So it's like that, boop, boop, and down in the knitting bag. Yes. So here it lies very, very nice in my project bag. Out in the back. I really want it to be finished. But I can really not deal with ripping back mohair right now. No, I don't want to do that. Now you got it. Now you got to see it. Remember what I said. You need to alternate. Then I only have one project that I want to knit on. And actually I'm a little bit in doubt that my thought has been on knit-a-thon. Then my idea was to knit on all the things that I'm actually knitting on now to get something finished. And I thought, okay, that's a good idea, and I can mix between projects, and maybe I got some done. But then a little bit of a bird said over here, Bettina, you need to start something new. It's knit-a-thon. You need to start something new. And then the clever Bettina on the other side said, no, you need to finish some things, Bettina. But the little birdie over here, it is singing quite loud. So I have not started, but it's only Friday. So you have to find out what I'm doing. I will tell you next time what I did. But some time ago, I knitted a Marseille sweater from PetiteKnit. The main color was white, and the stripes was in my color mochaccino. It's something like that color. Not this one, like that. And it's so beautiful. So I thought, okay, Bettina, this is knitted up in 100% cashmere from Mongolia. And it's really soft, but again, it has been hanging in my shop here, so the shoulder is a little bit drapey and it's not good. So I want to knit a luxury sweater for myself. I think I deserve that. So I thought about a new Marseille sweater for me, and I want to knit it in this color. This is undyed cashmere, and this is my dusty fall. I think they're so beautiful together. And then the main color should be the white, and the stripe should be this one. But then I saw that Anne Ventzel, a Danish designer, and they are also in English, has a Robinia light sweater. And it's the same gauge, it's 20 stitches. And two things. I have been knitting this before. I have never knitted this one. And when you look at them, I think maybe this is a little bit more feminine and special than this one. So I think it will be this one. But my... Oh, sorry. It was not to do this, but it was to show that I have something sitting there. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I'm so tired. It's late and I have been working and baking all day, so I'm pretty tired, and I also need to make all this finished and upload to YouTube and make ready for tomorrow, and I'm so tired, so I'm so sorry. Okay, but I don't know if I will start on this one or I will knit on all my project that I'm already knitting on. I should probably do that. This bird say, oh, start Bettina a new project. I think I will dream about it tonight, and then I can see and decide what I will do. Okay, I have 3 sweaters. Sorry, I have 3 sweaters. Then some have been knitting up for me, and I want to show you. This is actually not an old sweater, but an old pattern. You all know the pattern. It's Zweig sweater from Caitlin Hunter. And this is so beautiful. It's knitted up in my dark yak and white yak, both undyed. And here you have how much you need and what it will cost in Danish krones. It's so beautiful in natural colors. It's really elegant. I like it a lot. So this is one sweater for the shop. This is another sweat called the Geo Tee by SooTangoKnits. All of this will be linked in the box below. And this is a bit special because of the ribbing. Because see here, under the arms, this is going on here. And you have to see how it splits from the raglan here. Up here, you have the raglan on each side going down under the arms and comes down, if I can show it, like this on the arm. Each raglan from each side go down to this one. It's so beautiful made. The pattern in the front here is not on the back, only on the sleeves. This is knitted up in my camel silk yarn, undyed, and actually the pattern is for both short sleeves and I don't know what it called when you only 2 here. So short sleeve and the other sleeve. So actually there is 2 prices, because this is with the short sleeves and this is with a little bit longer sleeves. And this I have made is a little bit longer sleeves. The last sweater I have is Fleurine sweater from Valentinasknits. It's like this one also, but another pattern. This is also knitted up in one thread of my mink yarn in the color Rococo. It's a little bit different here in the ribbing. And it's so soft and it's so beautiful. This is also knitted up in size 4 and used 2 skeins of the mink yarn. So it's like the other one. Actually, when you do look at her recommendation, the meters is here and it says 3 skeins like in size 4 and in size 3 also. But when you knit in my mink yarn, you only need 2 up to size 4, because the mink yarn fluff up like I told you about and is filling more because of the different threads in it. You only need 2 up till size 4. So, but it's so beautiful. She's so good at these special patterns. Actually, this was it for the knitting. Now I want to show what I have bought since the last time. I have bought these. This is 2 sets of the Lantern Moon needles. And you have seen it, you have seen it on more of my patterns here, but it's actually like this, and this down here is gold. It's so light and it's so good to knit with. I'm so happy for it. I love this one when you need to put the wire and the needle together, you use this one, and it's so much easier than the other one you use because nothing is going to break or something. It's so good to use. I'm really happy for these and I use them a lot. So, but I have bought a new needle case because I want to shift these over to one needle case, and this one I have bought at Oenling. And is in leather, real leather, but I have a problem. This is so beautiful, like this, and it comes with this one, maybe 2 stitch markers. Oenling is shipping worldwide, so if I don't know if it's on their website, but maybe it is. But my problem is that when you see here, there is made 3 rooms here where you can, let's take this one maybe, where you can put needles in down here. Clever. And I thought, oh, that's what I should. But when you see here, and if I put a needle in the middle down, where my finger is here is where it stops. The other one is on the wire. So here, if I put this down here, can you see what happens? I need about 3 centimeters. So if I put this down here and put 2 of it, you can see I cannot even get my finger down in it. If I put 2 of these down here, I will never get it up. It will fall down here and I cannot get it up. And I don't know how I should use this. Then I thought, okay, maybe I can sew over so it will close further up, and then I can get it here. But how the beep should I do that? It cost around 500 Danish krones. That is quite a lot when I cannot use it. So if you have any ideas how I can use it with my needles with no wire on, please write it down below because I don't know. Okay, well, then I have bought this one. I cannot tell you where I've bought it because I bought it on a fair in Denmark, and I cannot remember the name of the one who sold it, but maybe I have in the Danish podcast, I have told them to write write in a text below if they know who got it, and if they write it, I will put it in all the links in the text box below where you can buy it. But the name is this one. Not where I bought it from, but the one who makes these cases. And my husband is not so fond of all the knitting things and stuff I buy, but this one, he said, this is good, he says. Oh, sorry. Can you see what it does? It's magnetic. This is so big, so it won't hold up here, but it is magnetic. So they won't fall out. It's so smart. Because now I have a little bit of a box putting all these stitch markers in and something thread around it to hold it close, and then down in another one. And here I can have all the things. I also have this. If I lose a stitch or something, I have all of it here. Small needles and everything, and it's just sitting up here. It's so smart. It comes in different colors. This is a green one, and it's so beautiful. I love it a lot. Then I have bought some new books. Some of them is not interesting for you because it's in Danish. I bought the new Reina magazine, number 18. And I does it primarily because I have started on it when it was a little bit different in the pictures. And I have all of them. And then I think I cannot stop. I have to have them all. I think there's more people like me doing that because they have changed the image in the pictures, I think. They used to have the pictures like out in the country with a wooden house and, you know, a lot of stone, and yeah, I love it. Now it's more like the 70s, and of course there is still a lot of beautiful pictures in it. Of course there is, but I don't think it's quite the same anymore. But the patterns is still lovely. They are so beautiful. So I'm still a big fan of Reina, just not all of their pictures anymore. Then I have bought a new book in English, actually, called Vanishing Fleece, Adventure in American Wool. I have not read it yet. I'm in the middle of it, but it's about a woman who travels through America to discover how the yarn is going from the sheep to the mills, to the dyers and all of that. So, but I'm still reading, so maybe one time I will tell you about it. But it's in English, actually an English one. I don't know if you know her. Lærke Bagger is a Danish designer. I don't want to tell much about this book because it's only in Danish, and I don't know if this is number 2, and I don't know if the first one is come in English yet. But she's not. I will find some knitting, then you can see what I mean. Her pattern is quite messy. All of her patterns is like a lot of colors. You can knit what you want to knit and do what you like to do, like this. But it's I have to have it because she's so big of a woman and so special and unique that I just have to have it. So I bought it. I will never come to knit one of them, I think, but yeah. This I don't want to talk about is a knitting book in Danish, and just with a lot of help and yeah, how to knit that, and yeah. So then I have bought this one, Observations from Line Magazine, Knits and Essays from the Forest. This is gorgeous. This is so beautiful. First I thought that it was broken because of this, but then I found out that this one was a clever one, because it's much easier to, you know, it lies so nice when you do like this. It don't, you know, you don't have to do like this to read it. And when that is set, it's a beautiful, beautiful book. Here you got all the old patterns, all the old pictures that Line did in the start of their Line magazine. They still do in their books, and I love it so much. There's a lot of beautiful patterns in here. I can only recommend this book if you don't have it. It's so beautiful. And there is knitting patterns for all the year. Summer, winter, spring, fall. You have it all. And there is hats and vests and tees and sweaters and socks. You can just look at it. It's so beautiful. Big recommendance from me. Okay. Then I want to tell you about the new stuff I got in my shop. Not quite yet, but the 13th of October, I will come out with this one. This is actually from Iceland. And I was on a fair on Færdigt in Denmark, and Anna from this company, I met her and we talked like we have known each other for years. She's a very beautiful woman, so kind and so warm-hearted that I just fall for her. And what she has made, I think it's very clever, because this is actually knitting jewelry. It's something which is made for knitters, but if you're not knitting, it's also beautiful, and you will not see it is for knitters. It's something like this and this and this, but I will tell you about it. All of it can be used for knitting, but if you're not knitting and going like to a party or just a dinner with someone who's not knitting, they will not see that it's for knitting. So it's just beautiful, beautiful jewelry. But if you're knitting with some friends or going somewhere with knitters, on fairs maybe, then you can tell them, oh, see here what I have. You can use it for this or that or something like this. So that's why I think it's beautiful. It is made specially, so everything in it are not going to be stuck in your yarn. Further, this is surgical steel. All of it is in surgical steel to prevent allergy, and I think that suits my business well, because all of my yarn is also good for allergy or something who is very sensitive. Myself, I cannot use so much different yarn because I have the allergy I have already told you about, I think in episode 1. But it also goes for my jewelry I use or my makeup I use. I primarily use Clinique for makeup, and it's because I cannot do anything else. I will get red and itchy. So this one is surgical steel, all of it, and the one in gold is gold with 18 karat. It is hard plating, and that means that it is 8 times harder than normal plating. Most of it you can use together. You can mix and match like you want to. So if we start with this one, oh, sorry. This is actually a knitting fish, but it's also a necklace like this. The lock, oh, I have to go here. The lock is like this. It is with a zirconia, what do you call it? Stone, zirconia stone, I think it's called. And all of this locks is on, this lock is on everything you have. They use this lock. And then you have all the knitting fish, and in each one there is a number from 1 to 10, so you know where you are on the knitting. You can also use it twice like that, and then use it like a bracelet. That was I want to say, a bracelet. This is, I have it in gold and I have it in silver, all of the jewelry. Then I have the big necklace here, like this. This is actually knitting ruler, what do you call it? Oh my God. What do you call it? Measurements for the needle. You can see they're in different sizes. Actually, here you can see it. And the size is printed on every one, so you can see if you put your needle on it and it fits, what size it is. It's printed on. You cannot see it because it shines like this. To this one here is the end. To this one, it also comes with a lock, like I showed you before, but the lock is loose, so you can take it off and you can use it like you want to. This one comes also with only a ring here, but it's not easy with these nails. This one also comes with a ring that you can open and lock. You can use it as a earring, you can use it as a stitch marker, but you can also use it when you think this around your neck. Then you can lock this. I have to show you, it's easier to show. When I open up for this on my website the 13th, there will be a lot of pictures on how to use it. I have been on a photo shoot last week and there will be a lot of pictures. Then you can lock it with this one here, like that. And then have this hanging down when you use it as a necklace. It also comes with a stitch marker with a pearl on it. This one you can also use on a earring, and you can open it, and you can also put it here like a lock, or you can put it down in the end. Then you have something like this. This is a 10mm gauge here, this one, and then it comes with this beautiful one. Sorry. I have to remember what it's called in English. This is a centimeter ruler here. You can see each. This is 5. This is 5 centimeters. It says 5 centimeters here. Maybe you can see it here. And then each mark here is 1 centimeter. On the other side, it's zirconia stones in here. You can also buy this without anything, and without the zirconia stones in here, then it's blank, a little bit like this, but without the markers here. So I use this as a necklace, but you can also take this off. You can see the lock here. You can take this off and use it down in your knitting. You can take it off and use it in the other necklace. You can use it just like you want. There's also a bracelet with the same lock like the other ones here. And here is the last measurement of your needles. They are here in the very big one and in smaller. And again, the number is on. This is example number 12 millimeter here. Here you can also use, if you got the necklace, for example, with the pearl in it, you can also put the pearl in these, like some extra, if you want it. Some of them, for example, the knitting fish, you can extend your big necklace with this one. I have also, and it will come on some pictures when I get it, have used the big necklace around my waist and hanging down like jewelry over a big, I had a big jumpsuit in black on it, and it was so beautiful. Further, we have the earrings. I show it like this. You have the earrings with the pearls, freshwater pearls. It will come in white like this, and it also will come in a little bit of a rose pink, a very soft pink, and these two, this and the pink one, I don't have it here, but this and the pink one is natural colors from the pearls. This pearls is colored in black. These two are green and pink zirconia, and you can use it like, maybe I will take it down here. You can use it as stitch markers. You will get two when you buy a pack. You get two, and you can use it like I do here, like an earring, or you can put the two together like that, and this, it fits inside the other one, so you can actually use this also as a bigger earring if you want that. And this one you can do with all the ones I have here. And like I said before, all of these can also be used in the necklace. I could take this one out and put a pearl, a colored pearl in it if I want that. So actually you can do pretty much as you want. I ship worldwide, and I will also do that with all of the jewelry. So on Friday the 13th of October, this will be released on my website, Anita's World, and I ship it worldwide. I get it all in gold, and I have it all in silver. And if I know there is coming some new colors of some of it and other new stuff, and I will probably also get that too. If it's sold out, don't hesitate to contact me, and I will get it as fast as I can from Iceland. I think this was it about all of my new jewelry. I will explain more on my website when it's coming. There will be some more videos and pictures, and don't hesitate to ask how you do this or how you do that. I will show you. So I will end for today. This was actually 1 hour and 14 minutes, I can see, so it was a little bit long. But I will go and make these videos ready for tomorrow, so I can enjoy Knitathon without making videos, but only enjoy all of the videos on YouTube. I hope you have enjoyed the time with me. I did it. So I hope you have a good Knitathon, and I hope to see you in the next episode 4. Sometimes maybe in November if I'm lucky, or in December. But happy Knitathon and happy knitting out there.